Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Tarheel by Dark. We begin this scene as the young Miss Alice Marie pulls up to a gated community after looking at this must be where the address she received is, and on the sort of half wall beside it, a sign says Stillwell at Cashin Road. And as she pulls up, she notices that the gate is, since it's very close, since it's not quite morning yet, the gate is locked, and there is a guardhouse on one side of the gate with a young man in a business suit standing there, watching as she comes up.
She says to him, with barely anything on, because she kind of
Also,
rushed out
she's
and.
pulled up.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Let me. As she pulls up, the young man looks at her, looks down at her, quickly looks back up at her face. Yes, miss. What can I do for you?
Would you let me in, please?
Um, I'm afraid I don't know you. Do you know any of the residents here?
Well, I do. A friend of mine is staying the night here, is what I presume.
Ah, a name?
Ashford?
Ashford. Give me a moment, miss. He turns and he actually pulls out an old-fashioned clipboard of all things. And he starts flipping through pages on it. Ashford.
She smiles,
Yes.
becoming a tad bit impatient as he does so.
Ah. Yes. He turns back. Mr. Jordan did say something about an Ashford. Tell you what, go ahead. He reaches over and actually punches a button somewhere hidden, and there's a buzz and an audible click that seems to come from the gate. Go ahead, miss.
She
And
nods and thanks him as she's driving off, as her lingerie is basically just fluttering in the wind around her.
mhm. And the gate opens as she drives in. And you drive for a short way, um, and you start to see the lake in the background. And at the lake is it, all over it are very large houses, but the address directs you to one in particular, which you can carry on from here if you like,
Yeah.
so that it'll show.
Well, I've got it set where it'll keep showing. You can carry on.
Oh, okay. Nice. You pull up actually to this house, and there is a circular road that leads around to the back. And if you'd like to go that way.
She follows the road and then parks in the back, looking up the mansion in awe, not realizing exactly how bad or good the situation is going to be for her.
As you pull to the parking lot, you see a rather nice selection of vehicles. There's Lamborghinis, there's Maseratis, there's Ferraris of all different kinds. And you pull in, and there actually is another young man standing at on the sidewalk, actually, of the paving that's fairly close to the house. He sees you pull up with a quizzical look on his face, as you pull in and park.
She didn't know exactly where to park her total Jaguar by that point.
He he's just not. Actually, give me let's see, what would be perception? Perception empathy. Let's do that.
Oh, jeez. I really have to keep that.
I've done, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Mm-hmm. All right. He's not so much confused at the particular quality of car, just the type, the specific type of car you're driving. It's almost like he's never. He knows these cars that he has never seen your car before. Is the look on his face?
It's basically just a newer Jaguar, so but
Well,
it's kind of totaled.
meaning he's never seen this particular car in the parking lot. That's what I was meaning. It's
Okay.
never been here. But he walks over and he steps to the driver's seat, or the driver's side, and a little bit away. May I help you, miss?
Yes. Can you take me to my friend?
Name?
Ashford.
Ah, yes, Mr. Ashford. He's a rather heavy sleeper, but I'll see if we can't wake him. And he'll actually step over to the car, open the door, and usher you on. Please, come with me.
She nods, again not realizing what she's wearing.
Mm-hmm. And he's completely ignoring it. Yes. It seems Mr. Jordan and Bobby are having quite a few guests lately. Come right this way. He actually leads you. In this case, he doesn't go up the stairs. He actually takes you around the front into that first floor. One of the doors on the first floor. And he'll lead you through a few rooms, through a few hallways, to what looked to a very well kept bedroom. Very well kept. And there's a king bed in this room. He very carefully opens the door and says, "Now please, miss, do not disturb him. He should wake shortly. I understand how he and his kind like to sleep. Um, but you may enter and
She
do as you
nods,
wish.
thanking him.
And if you need me," he leans into the room and he points at an intercom. "My name is James."
Note taken, thank you very much.
"Yes, ma'am." And he will actually step away and go about his business.
She looks at this beautiful, well-kept room and looks like the sleeping Ashford. She then decides to go over to him, since he is on his back asleep. She then just starts to climb onto him.
Okay. Ashford, give me a perception.
Okay, not a problem.
And it's just straight perception.
Got it. Not a problem at all.
Actually, let's do perception alertness.
Okay.
Sorry.
Never mind.
You can reroll that.
And all right,
um,
one success.
yes. That all it takes is one. You get your eyes open, or you feel something strange. That something's wrong. Give me a humanity difficulty 8.
All right, rolling 8. Let's see how that goes. And boom, 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 boom. Whoop! Quite a lot of those.
Okay, you managed to get an eye open as she's starting to step onto the bed.
Oh, ah,
And you know immediately who it is. Because I'll give you that. With that humanity roll, you know immediately who it is.
yeah. And he's just yawning. Like, why are you here? And why is it so bright out?
She then decides to, like I said, after she's on him, just basically slap him awake
Okay,
because of worrying her.
okay. Roll your strength plus potence, which is going to be 3, just for comedic
Um,
effect.
Dex brawl actually
Dex
to make sure you
brawl.
land it.
Okay.
Make sure you land it, because you're upset. You might miss.
All right. Dex brawl. For you, that's only going to be 2. So we'll see how that goes.
It still might be funny.
Boing.
And I'll describe what happens if she misses.
All right. And it looks to be a botch.
Ooh! You not only miss the slap, you tumble as you were climbing up and tried to slap him. The force of your attempt topples you over the same direction you were going. You roll to the other side of the bed and off with a thump onto the floor.
Boink. Oh my. Oh,
Then just is sitting there, just holding her head, just ow.
It
Well, that
doesn't
didn't
really
go
do
quite
any
to plan.
damage. You just, oh.
yeah. Just kind of smarts a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Why in the world did you injure yourself for?
I wasn't actually trying that, if that wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't actually trying to do that. I was aiming for you, but you know how my misses are.
Alright, up you go, Miss Grace. Rolling strength 4 just for comedic. To actually see if I can pull this girl up off her
Oh.
prone position. And with 3 successes, he manages to pretty much have her as easy as any man would a child. Just kind of whoop. Alright.
Yeah.
Sleepy. Bright outside. Head hurts. Groggy. Confused.
She doesn't know if she wants to yell at them or not, but she just stays quiet and does not quite understand what just happened. She's still trying to piece together things, still sleepily and barely awake, and just got done with road rage and driving. She's still recovering.
Uh, and you just hear kind of these heavy, sluggish, Frankensteinerish footsteps on the floor as he's almost like walking in cement and trying to wake up. Oh. Okay. Alright.
She just looks him dead in the eye and just says, "You know, you could have at least told me before you went anywhere instead of worrying me half to death."
And he actually looks a bit abashed at this, like, that was the whole reason behind the phone calls. Yeah.
All right.
I ignored them and then woke up 2 hours later realizing it's sunlight out.
Nope. Okay.
Okay. Alright. Is it still sunlight out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not good. Heavy kind of Frankensteinerish footsteps again, just sort of trying to walking like Bosco the Dancing Bear.
You then realize when you basically take a good look at her of what she is actually wearing, which
More
is
like
little to
thereof.
nothing at all.
Yeah. And his eyes widen perceptibly. You're in that in public.
I'm in what? She looks at. Oh.
Possible self-control roll?
Yeah, self-control for you, babe, would be 3 dice.
I'm talking Ashford because of what she's
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. For me,
After he noticed, like, wait, you're wearing that?
yep. Okay, still got a success, even with the 1.
Okay. Alright, yeah, you're fine. Also, as you're starting to use these, this is where you start to feel you're down a pint.
Alright,
You're awake.
everything's okay.
But you're still limited until sundown.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Everything's starting to kind of become a little less clogged. He just has this rueful smile on his face like, first we gotta get you some clothes, then we worry about the rest of the stuff.
She sighs. Basically, she's like, "I'm comfortable, and no, first we do not have to get me clothes. First, you have to feed me."
He kind of gives her this, like, soft, reassuring smile. You know I spoil you. Okay. And he actually kind of opens his arms for her and just kind of, like he's gonna hug her, just kind of draw her in closer. And if you're gonna bite, I'm gonna be rolling stamina fortitude just for the fucking hell of it.
She's thinking about biting, but she doesn't quite know if she wants to yet. A good hug is always good, but she doesn't know if she wants to be mean yet.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't feel quite himself. He still feels kind of cold and sluggish and kind of lumpy, not exactly as lively and aware of his surroundings as normal. He still feels kind of corpsey cold and kind of weird, but it's the same person, and it's not like disconcerting, but it's definitely strange for you.
She then decides, I think food can mainly wait. So I guess she just kind of just climbs on top of him and cuddles him for a while and falls asleep.
Okay. Alright. Going to need my arm back now. Okay. Let's see how I do on that strength roll.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can strength to try to roll her off.
Alright, with 4 successes, he basically manages to ease her gently off of him. And just kind of slight roll, and he puts out his arm to stop her from rolling off the bed. Okay, alright. Yeah, okay. And he's actually looking out the window to see how dark it is.
You want to do that?
Well,
Oh.
sun is not exactly up, but it's not exactly down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, alright.
Beam right to the face.
Yeah, let's see how I do on soaking the holy freaking.
Well, yeah. you're gonna need to roll the soak first. I will tell you, and Will, you can tell how much he took to the face, and then we'll roll your courage to see if you freak out.
Alright,
4. 4.
alright. Definitely soaked one of it. Okay, alright.
So took 3 ag.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
4. You
yeah.
got 4.
Okay, alright.
Now courage.
Yep, yep, yep,
Just
yep.
took 3 eggs straight to the face from the sun. This
Yeah.
is gonna be a 9.
Alright. And I got a 10.
You managed it.
And
Might want to calmly put the curtain back.
yeah, I definitely do. But at the same time, Alice, you're hearing a blood-curdling, fucking, almost inhuman scream coming out of his throat.
She then wakes up and wonders what's going on and realizes he accidentally burned himself in the sun, and she just looks at him like, oh, great.
Also, you hear a beat coming from the wall, and Alice, you know it's the intercom because you saw it. You hear a beat. Mr. Ashford, are you okay, sir? And it's James for both of you because you would have known James. Mr. Ashford, are you okay?
She answers it, oh, he's fine, I'm taking good care of him.
No idea how bright was outside. Ow! Ow!
Oh, yes. Son. Do be careful, Mr. Ashford. If you'd like, we can send someone to help you.
Probably a good idea. And, I mean, Alice, this is probably disconcerting for you because you're now seeing his ice blue eyes are like literally littered with like these milky white cataracts, and it's almost like his eyes are kind of bubbling a bit.
It's disconcerting, but still, she's still laughing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And when you say that back, very well, Mr. Ashford, someone will be up shortly.
Alright.
Carry on.
She just sits there and stares at you and coaxes you back to the bed and just has you sit down and still just stares at you, slightly snickering.
Uh-huh. And he just sort of has like this glum, horrified look on his face. Ugh. You would think I would have known better on that count. Ugh.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have do that. It kind of hurts.
Yes, I noticed. And he's actually kind of searching for her arm and kind of trying to rapidly blink and get his eyes back in order, but they're pretty still light blinded and kind of messed up, so he's kind of groping for her a little bit. I'm gonna make a perception alertness to actually see how bad he mangles this one. Alright. And we'll see how that goes. 5 rolling. And he can't find crap. Okay.
Nope.
Staggering, eyes bubbling slightly.
She then decides to step away a couple feet from him.
There's just this evil smile on her face. I'm assuming all this is going on. Oh,
And then James comes up with this unknown person and walks to the door.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna let you roll until you wanted them to come in. Okay. You actually see a man in scrubs come in beside James. It looks completely out of place for such a nice place, but he seems to know exactly what he's doing, and he walks over to Ashford. Let me handle this, miss. And he
She steps back again and just sits back on the bed and just lets things happen.
okay. He will actually go up behind Ashford, grab him by the shoulders, turn you around, look in the eyes. Yes. Rather bad. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody had a sneezing fit here. Anyway, turn around, look him in the face. Yes, rather a nasty burn. And he'll forcibly push you down on the bed. If you want to struggle, we'll see what happens.
He's completely blindsided, quite literally, so he doesn't struggle, he's just confused at all.
Okay, alright. He will actually, set you down. I'm going to do that. This guy's an expert at what he does, so I'm going to roll pretty high dice. Only the best. Let's see. Let's see. Intelligence. Intelligence, medicine. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes. Looks like you caught a little bit of blindness. Of course, you can tell he's being very sarcastic and downplaying your injuries very well. Let's see. He actually goes back out the door, comes in with a bag, and opens it up, and it's got all kinds of medical first aid supplies in it. He actually pulls out a roll of gauze, some scissors, cloth tape, the works, and just sort of wraps it around Ashford's head.
All the while he's doing this, Alice is just watching him go back and forth, getting supplies and doing things to Ashford.
Hold on, guys.
Hello to our whopping 0 viewers.
Sorry about that. Okay. Also, as he does it, you notice that the bandage starts to be a little bit wet as he starts wrapping it, and he leaves his mouth and nose open, but he completely covers his eyes and the burn areas. Luckily, he didn't get any on his chin or his mouth, but like right over his nose, but not over the nostrils, and all around the head. Completely covers up his hair with the bandages.
She then just kind of whispers in Ashford's ear and just whispers, "Are you my mummy?"
He has to stifle a laugh at his own stupidity. And
so does the doctor.
We'll discuss this on the plane ride out. And he actually wonders where Mr. Jordan is. I need to get word out to some important people before I make my exit, or at least a little while.
The doctor looks at you. You need to speak with the man of the house. Yes. Actually, probably both. But I do believe that Bobby is still asleep. Let me see if Jordan's awake. Still. One moment. And, he'll actually exit, and so will James, to let you do as you will for a while.
She's just staring at him, still kind of thinking about the pun she made.
He's just sort of stumbling around. Well, I've never been blind before. Definitely a new experience. Agonizing, but new experience.
He tries to get up and she just playfully just pushes him back on the bed.
He lets her do it, just completely aware that he's lost right now, getting sunlight directly in the face. Oh my.
She then just kind of looks over at him and just says, "It probably wasn't the first time."
Actually, no. Bloody Tremere are bad for my health. But he just kind of stifles a grin at that. Little bastard forgot to mention the issue with time zones.
Then about 5 minutes later, after just talking, we hear a slight knock at the door again.
And Ashford hears a familiar voice. Mr. Ashford, is everything all right?
Seems I misjudged the time of day, much to my own detriment.
Yes. It seems Bobby does that on occasion. Quite all right. And he'll actually open the door, and you will see another rather. This is an older gentleman, in again a very nice suit. Seems he got dressed. Well, no, he's already been awake. Glad you caught me when I did. I was just about to turn in. Anyway, he comes in and looks. Oh, am I interrupting something? He looks at Alice, looks back at Ashford.
Oh, no, no,
I
no, no.
believe I might be.
She keeps forgetting that she's still like that, just,
Yeah.
nothing on underneath what she's wearing, and it wide open.
Oh.
There's an important bit of information I needed to get out before I left for Europe.
Oh?
Yes, and he will actually kind of tell Alice to kind of make sure that he leans in so that the secret can be actually told. Yes, two dukes were planning something. One Mr. Hardgrove, the other Mr. Oliver Terrence, involving a attempted coup d'etat in the current prince's regime. So, if you
And
could,
you're saying this to the gentleman?
yeah, I'm saying this to Jordan. Yes.
Okay.
So he basically informs him to get that information out to Josiah or Biltmore One.
Interesting. Good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind. Anything else, Mr. Ashford?
If I remember correctly, once my eyes are restored, I might be able to help you find your missing train.
I'm sure Bobby would love that. Yes. Tell you what. Give it a night. If you do things. This is. I don't want to interfere with what the good doctor's done, but he looks. A night, maybe two. Spend your blood properly. You should be fine.
Well, you heard the man, Alice. Looks like we'll be taking a small trip away. And
she heard the word blood and then remembered she's still hungry.
We'll take care of you as soon as we take care of me. So, I believe I still have a couple blood bags back at the house.
Oh, you need blood, do you? He says, wait, you're Ventru. What's your predilection, if I might ask?
He kind of
Alice
gestures
just
to, yeah,
Alice
gestures
just raised
to,
her hand.
Looks at you, looks back at Ashford, looks at Alice, and nods. We might have some. Hold on just a moment. He goes over to the intercom and buzzes it. James. Yes, Mr. Jordan. You wouldn't happen to have any supermodel, would you? Let me go find it. And the intercom buzzes again. Shouldn't take him long. Now, can you sit up, Mr. Ashford?
he can manage to do that fair enough, considering
Okay.
don't need your eyes to expend motor control, I don't reckon.
Right. Yeah. Okay. He actually will go over and help you to sit up. Now, he looks at Alice and says, "Now, excuse me, miss. No one ever caught your name."
She perks up. Oh, I am Alice Marie.
Ah, right. Okay. Um. Hmm. Nah, probably wouldn't. Looks more. Anyway, don't need to pry. Um. James should be up with the necessaries shortly. If you'd like, I could leave you two for a bit, or we can all wait together for James.
Well, I often enjoy company. She's basically just speaking for Ashford.
Very well.
He's actually,
Shall we discuss this thing um that you mentioned that you could do,
oh yes,
Mr. Ashford?
certainly. You,
She
you,
then interrupts a bit before you guys get started and asks if you have any other clothes that might be in her size, so she can basically
You,
get away so you guys can have some private time
you say
alone.
clothes. He says, yes, of course, miss. It's actually just we actually have clothes for certain guests that are just down the hall. Excuse me a moment. He looks you over very, very carefully.
probably enjoying himself a bit too much on that account.
Maybe a little bit, but it's mostly he's just getting all the details.
Yeah.
On the side note, she's basically just wearing an open silk bathrobe.
Yeah, I figured. Just looks you over. I might have just the thing. One moment, miss. And he steps out and actually comes back within a minute with a very nice dress. Very nice, just sharp blue. And
She looks it over, seeing if it might fit, and she basically takes it, nods, and goes to the bathroom to change, to leave you two alone.
Okay. You will find it fits perfectly. All right. And he comes back in. Now that the ladies are gone, we can talk business. Not that she wouldn't talk business, but
Oh, of course.
now, what were you saying? You were saying something about a train?
Oh, yes. Quite simple. Tit for tat. You get the information out, I'll find the train as soon as my eyes are restored, and even pay for the inconvenience of having the doctor bothered with my minor mishap if that's necessary.
Oh, he's on call. Don't worry about him. Let's see. Just a moment. He goes back over to the intercom. James, Yes, sir. Um, could you describe that train that Bobby was missing? I seem to forget some of the details. Ah, yes, sir. And you hear papers rustling, and he actually describes in detail what the train looked like. And this is a full-size train. It's actually the um, engine, but it is a full-size train that
Hmm.
apparently went missing.
Alright. Alright. So he'll sit back and carefully memorize the details and just sort of be making mental notes since he doesn't have the ability to write without his eyes. He doesn't know what he'd be scribbling down. Um, and he just sort of nods along, listening and carefully.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Oh, silly me. One moment. He'll actually go. Mr. Jordan will actually go away, come back with a pad of paper and a pen, and sketch out what James and not really sketch out, but write out the description that James gave,
Oh, thank you,
and
sir.
he'll actually set it on the bed so that Alice can read it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated.
And I suppose this will be useful when you have your eyes back, sir.
Oh, certainly.
Alice then comes out of the bathroom, dressed
Or
fitting.
well,
Like,
when Alice, yeah, I
yeah.
forgot she was out, but when she comes back, she'll be able to read it.
Basically, she comes back, dressed fits perfectly, almost
Mhm.
flawlessly, and as if it was made for her. And she basically just twirls around like a little kid because she's happy.
I see the lady's happy with what she's received. Just for that, miss, the dress is yours as a gift from us.
Really?
Yes, you may have it.
Thank you. She then
Mhm.
tackles Ashford again, because happy, and she doesn't realize exactly her own strength.
Alright. So he just kind of knocked down a little bit.
Oh, oh
Alright.
dear me. Do I need to leave?
No, she's just very affectionate. He just kind of gently
Very well.
stroking her hair and kind of easing back up to his seated position. Uh, well, it seems like I'll have to have the date on those tickets changed. We might have to stay here a while. Lie low until my eyes return. We still have a train to find.
She
Hmm.
then kind of looked over at a pad of paper next to him. It's like, what's this? She
Oh,
looks and reads it.
that's
Ah, that miss, yes. Mr. Ashford decided he would like to help with Mr. Bobby's missing train. So those are the details of what he's missing.
mm,
Um, oh, and then there's a buzz on the intercom. Yes, James. Mr. Jordan, we have that sustenance you required. Ah, yes, bring it in. Yes, sir. Couple minutes later, just not even 2 minutes, James comes back in with just goblets of red liquid. And I do mean goblets.
the big medieval chalice has got it. Woo!
Yes. And he sets it on the bed between the two of you. Would does I suppose the lady would like to partake as well.
Oh,
Now, this won't be enough for you to heal completely, but it should be enough to get you by. You may need to find your own later.
oh, that's greatly appreciated. And he'll just sort of be casually drinking and just sort of healing minor bits. So that's medicine survival. I'm gonna go ahead and roll that.
Hmm?
Let's see how well I do. Spending a willpower on that.
Oh, to try to heal the blood.
Yep.
There are about, let's see.
Alright, that's 3 successes with the willpower, so.
2 pints. Okay, there are about 2 quarts, 4 pints
So that's,
in the goblets total.
that's quite good. So, based on that medicine survival, how much have I managed to kind of improve the damage while I'm sitting here and kind of chugging along?
Okay, let's see, Will. What is it? You can spend. It's 5 to heal 1 ag. 5 blood to heal 1 ag.
Yeah.
And you're being replenished by 4
Yeah.
with what's in front of you.
Alright. So, managed to
And
heal.
depending on how many you can spend a turn, that's how many, let's say, 10-second
Cool.
spaces you can, or 10-second sections it takes to hold on.
Like I said, you're still going to have to, you'll still have to replace the blood that you're spending.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll still be down blood, but there you go. Because you're down 4, so you
he's
need
down
actually 15 blood to actually,
completely heal it.
to complete it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, he manages to heal 1 ag. He's still feeling kind of hungry, but.
So actually, you'll still be down by 1 ag because you can't hold over because their blood pool isn't high enough to heal it all at once.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is he'll manage to heal 1 ag over like the next 50 seconds, and he's looking a bit better, looking a little less burnt and scarred and miserable. Some of the handsome contours and heroic profile of his face.
So you're down 6. Once you drink all that's in front of you, you'll only be down 2.
Yep. And
so you're probably drinking as you're doing it. So
yeah.
we'll say that you're at 2.
Yeah, he is.
That you're at 8. You're at 2 minus from whatever your max 10, right? So yeah, you're at 8.
Yep.
And you're down to 2 ag.
Yep.
She then just kind of looks over at Ashford, looks at the drink in front of her, and basically nods like as if saying, "You can have it because you need it more."
Oh, such a sweet girl. And he just kind of not really seeing the gesture, but noticing the motion as her shadow kind of moves because of the light.
Yeah, it probably she picks it up, sets it back down, and kind of slides it over. You hear the as she slides it back.
Or just maybe a fact that she's gonna at least take a couple drinks of it, but give the rest to him.
A couple of sips, yeah. A couple of sips won't really reduce it because they overfill on purpose. Just a little bit.
Yep. So that's back up to 10. All right. And
so you're at 8 now.
Yeah.
You spent the 5, and you actually spent 6 total. 1 to wake up.
Yep.
Okay.
And taking the 4 from that, down 2 still, but yeah. Alright. Okay, seems like we might need to go hunting, my dear.
Well, this'll be interesting.
Oh, it's not the first time you played bait, come on.
It
is actually.
At this talk, Mr. Jordan will actually stand up. If you two will excuse me, Mr. Ashford, we could talk over the details later. Make sure you're no longer hungry.
Oh, of course.
And that the lady is, how should I put this, satisfied.
Oh, of course. And he'll just look over at Alice. Make sure to get the good man's business card so I know how to get in touch with him later.
Right, he'll actually reach into his coat pocket and pull out a card and hand it to you.
She takes it with ease. basically just puts it where she thinks it's safe, which is just, tucks it there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. And if you need anything else, just let us know. James will tell me if I need to be called. But, you have the reign of the house. Just don't get too wild. Okay? All right.
She nods and smiles, thanking them for their company.
Quite welcome. And he will promptly turn and walk out the door and shut the door behind him.
And Ashford will kind of look over to her, and it's almost a shame that I can't see you because I'm pretty sure that you're quite distracting, my dear. But like I said, I'm pretty sure we should be on our way, not abuse their hospitality after all. Um, I'll run through the specifics, and we'll make sure and get to that. You think you could stop by one of those clubs they have nearby and manage to attract something over at the house?
I can try.
Out of character, given that her appearance, appearance subterfuge is pretty ridiculously high at 7, she would probably be very good at doing this.
And knowing her performance, too.
Yep, performance. So, yep. So if you want,
For sake of time, for sake of time, we'll assume that she's assumed that it was very successful.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Yep. She got the pick
yeah.
of
So,
whoever she found.
so to kind of fast forward the scene,
She comes home with basically two beautiful women, and they're kind of just all over her, thinking they want something else. She then turns to Ashford as if saying, "Did I do good this time?"
and he just has this slow kind of smile on his face, and will actually kind of move closer and just kind of give her a reassuring pat on the shoulder and a bit of a squeeze on the butt, and just sort of smile.
He
No,
steps back, basically just to get out of his way.
alright. So I'm going to be using a willpower on the self-control, but that's pretty high for me, so that's...
She basically thinks to herself, "It's a shame that my dress will get dirty."
Yeah, I'm glad I spent that willpower because that one's negated. I managed to get a control success. So, I take 3 from both of them, leaving them both kind of giddy, but given the fact that Ashford's particular kiss is so potent, they're probably just going to pass out in this pleasured haze and just probably think it was one hell of a wild night.
Yeah, pass out, sure. Depending on... Oh, geez, I'm gonna roll willpower. How much would that
If
be?
she lets you.
Yeah. Willpower for you, dear, would be 5.
He basically rolls just to see how well that would go, and...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't handle it.
He botched, like, so hard.
You cannot control yourself.
Like I said, she basically lost control and started feeding from one of the girls really badly and would not stop.
Thankfully, he was feeding first, so they're still kind of drugged out from the intensity of the kiss, but still probably causing a lot more pain and bite marks than is needed for this particular scenario. And he actually pricks his own wrist and kind of drips it into the bite marks. Practicality. Practicality. Yeah.
She then sees you slightly bleeding and still at the loss of control. She starts going for you.
Alright. So he will actually spend all but one point that he used to from the feeding. So he's only down 1, but still that leaves him at a 9. Alright. And he's probably not seeing so badly, but he's still kind of wounded. Being now that he's at 1 ag, it's still probably very painful, but he's not as diminished. And his eyes open wide, and she just kind of tackles him and is probably trying to bite at him now. Rolling stamina fortitude because yes, and we'll see how that goes. And woo! Apparently, you're having a devil of a time to try it because he keeps healing so fast. It's like you can't manage to get a decent puncture on the man. He keeps healing like Wolverine. Mundane wounds being what they are. He kind of wrestles her down under the bed, and that's where we'll kind of fade to black.
All right.